Ladies and gentlemen, Kobe Bryant passes away. What I am going to take away from his legacy. The market is set to collapse on Monday morning. Why we bought puts on Friday by the close. Not only that, how I see the future market movement. I am going to show you the most consistent way to trade right now. Your answers right here in this video. Newsbeat earnings picks, 75% hit rate so far for the year. Not only that, a Newsbeat trading Kobe Bryant challenge, in which we're going to show you what that challenge is, our algo levels, and my final thoughts. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. So I'm in my Knicks jersey here today, and believe me, I have absolutely zero love for the Los Angeles Lakers. I hope they lose every single game for the rest of the season, but that's because I'm a Knicks fan. I just keep that beef on the court. Very tragic event happening here today with Kobe Bryant, and I want to actually try to extract something good from a negative situation. I try to do that in every aspect of my life, and I almost feel that you have to do that every single time as a trader. You have to look at your negative situations that happen around you and look for that silver lining. I hate to try to sound so optimistic all the time, or maybe I don't hate to sound so optimistic all the time, but you must find that damn silver lining wherever you go, because otherwise trading is going to be a very difficult job. I made money every single day last week. Guess what? I plan on doing it every single day this week as well. I plan on showing you the most consistent way to trade right now. We're going to talk about the market collapse. We're going to talk about this virus. We did a show yesterday talking about how it's going to infect more people. The market was going to gap down big. That's why we bought the puts on Friday. Not only that, I'll take it a step further and tell you I think it's going to be a buying opportunity. We have a ton of earnings coming out this week. Apple, is Amazon reporting? Apple, Facebook, Tesla, Microsoft, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? I'm also going to show you the Newsbeat earnings picks, how we're doing 75% hit rate, and maybe some of the names that can maybe make that list if we have time through this video. But first, I just want to go ahead and show you the agenda. Right over here, we have a pretty beefed up agenda here today. A little quote there by the man himself. The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they do. That is my goal. That is my goal. My goal is to make you great in whatever you want to do. I fully understand that there are going to be traders who are better at certain things than me. I'm going to be better at certain things than you. You're going to be better at certain things than him, her, him. Maybe not all the hers because women are better traders. Ding. But for the most part, I think you catch my drift. Before I go on, by watching this video, you're going to pause the next slide, read it all in its entirety, and then hit play. Thank you so much for reading that. Let's get right into the video. I do have a lot of great things I want to share with you today. We're going to start off with that quote you see in the bottom right. The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do. That is the only reason why I am a broadcaster, ladies and gentlemen. That is the only reason why I run the Newsbeat Live Room. I have zero other incentive outside of that, other than trying to grow this business into something that helps as many people as humanly possible. It's been my goal since day one. It's been my goal every step of the way. Maybe in the beginning, I would probably say it wasn't my goal. In the beginning, it was just part of my goal that I wanted to help people. I was actually, I believe at the time, probably just as inclined to the money I would make, because, I get paid to run a trading room, as every other guru does. And that was really one of my biggest helping people and getting paid. I thought it was, do good for others and make money doing it. I thought it was a perfect marriage, and there's nothing wrong with that. But right now, at this stage of my career, at least for now, helping people succeed just completely dwarves, trying to make money running a room. And the more people that I reach out to, and the more people I help, and the more people that I can do this for, the happier, the more fulfilled that I'm going to be. And again, just taking a quote from the great man himself, most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do. So I'm going to actually show you the most consistent way to trade right now. Um, so that is what I am going to take away from it. I am going to take away from his legacy the greatness that he brought to the court, the persistence that he brought to the court, and I am going to build a bridge between your trading and Kobe Bryant and the way he thinks and the way he pushed forward in the market. So let's just go right down the agenda. We have, again, a lot of great things. I'm going to show you the most consistent way to trade right now. The Newsbeat earnings pick. Not only that, we have a Newsbeat Kobe challenge in honor of the great man himself. But let's go ahead and say the market is set to collapse on Monday morning, why we are in puts from Friday, and how I see the future movement of the market. So, very simple. I think what you decide to trade is the most important thing. I think people who just use simple scans to look for either the highest volume names or the highest gap up names, or gap down names, actually, in that example as well. There is something to be said for that, but there's something to be said when you actually choose the best ones out of that list and you actually know how to do it. Here is my thought. The best technical traders make money. The best news traders make money. The best fundamental traders make money. What if you actually found someone that actually combined several aspects of those things together into one product? So that sort of mentality is actually why I bought the puts. And again, you could just see right here, I almost never go for like spider puts or whatever. That's actually a very rare thing for me, but you could see 3:47 p.m., January 24th, went ahead and bought spider. I bought the spider puts, the first one out of the money. I didn't put the strike here, probably typoed. Set it in the room, however, paid $2.23 for spider puts, and then I went ahead and I added more right before the end of the day. With that being said, the spiders right now are just, again, anything can happen between now and tomorrow morning, but let's just call it how it is. The spiders, the Nasdaq futures are down 1.27%. The S&P 500 minis are down, 0.83% at the moment, and the Dow Jones minis, well, they're down 239 points at the moment. They're trading about 94 points off the low. They were down well over 300 before. But nonetheless, it does look like we're walking into a big gap down tomorrow. And the reason why we're gapping down, of course, is because I'm just going to refresh it to make sure there's no new confirmed cases. Is right over here is, of course, the coronavirus, which has a lot of people scared. It spread to different parts of the United States. I believe there are 5 confirmed cases in the United States as of now. Yeah, there is 5 confirmed cases, and it's going to grow before it gets worse. And I did a video yesterday basically showing how the common cold is a lot more deadly than this thing. Not to put down any of the horrific things that are going to happen, but I do think this is going to be one of the things that humanity easily gets over. Granted, tragic for the people who are affected on it, but in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of the market and the planet, it's going to be something that we get over, in my opinion, very easily. It's going to be a very interesting week. So I'm just going to answer that question right now. Then I'm going to show you the most consistent way to trade right now. And that's going to blow your socks right off your feet. Hopefully, you don't live in a cold region because your feet will get cold if I do that. Um, we have a lot of names reporting this week, again, like Facebook, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla. you know, Tesla's reporting. So we do have a lot of like the bigger names that have been rallying recently, and it's going to be a true test to see how much of this rally can hold. Are we going to continue higher? Are we going to go back lower? Are we going to sell into the earnings report, pop up on the earnings report, continue up, or maybe head back down? That's going to be a very interesting thing. But I got a better answer for you. What if I just showed you the most consistent way to trade right now? One of the things that has always baffled me on Wall Street, always baffled me, is how people, um, will tell you a strategy, whether it's a certain candlestick formation or moving averages or Fibonacci or Bollinger Bands or MACD crossovers, and and Mark Melnick has a very very wicked crossover ankle breaker supreme right here. You put a basketball in my hands, but with that being said, I find it funny how people talk about their strategies, and it just really doesn't. Um, they don't mention the obvious. They don't mention that in certain market environments, this strategy fails a lot, and in certain market environments, it succeeds a lot. Did you know that that is true for every single strategy out there? Did you know that? The strategy I show you now helped me make money. I have to look back. I think I'm up money every single day this year. I know the year just began. And it doesn't even matter how I'm doing really well, but it doesn't even matter how much. It doesn't matter if I'm up $100 or $1,000. The point being is consistency. I find it also funny how traders talk about consistency out there, yet nobody gives you a strategy out there that works 70% or more of the time. Yet they'll talk about the word consistency because it's a very vague thing. Consistency to me in this environment, you should be able to bat. I mean, 70% is my bottom line. In this environment, I think you should be batting 85%. For every trade you take, for every, not trade, let's say for every 20 trades you take, I would expect you to be right on 17 of them. And I know maybe I'm asking too much, but if I showed you what I'm about to show you, you might look at trading a lot differently and say, well, maybe Mark is right. Maybe Mark is right. Now, I shared with the Newsbeat Live Room 5 strategies. I'm not going to make this a 2-hour video and go over every single one of the strategy, but I definitely want to show you one right now that's going to help you succeed. So what I do is I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and the way I'm going to teach you how to make money right now, it's so obvious and so blatantly obvious, it's going to give you an aha moment. If it's going to give you that aha moment. Slap the like button if you're excited to hear this right now, because to me, this is a revelation. To me, this is a revelation. This is something I'm doing. I obviously know what I'm doing because I'm sort of teaching the subject matter in terms of, what I'm about to show you. But I even sat there and rewatched my videos today because I was like, wow, this is really powerful stuff. And I was going over some names, and, the names I tend to pick, I think it's very easy to scan 20 names and then show you strategies that work, cherry picking those 20 names. And I know people don't really like to show what works and doesn't work out there. So, for the sakes of this quote unquote, what I'm doing here is I give certain names. This is just from Friday, and you could just see it if you're in the Newsbeat room. You're going to see it's going to work throughout the entire week. I think in the mid 90s, but with the goal of 85% plus. So in this case right here, I'm watching Apple long and of course Intel long, which was a earnings name. And again, this was given 9 o'clock a.m. on January 24th, which was Friday. So we're giving you this information in the pre-market. So could you imagine the largest group of traders here just focused in on Apple and Intel at the same time? Could you imagine that? That's what we were doing. And we're talking about the largest company in the world and one of the larger companies in the world, like Intel, Apple and Intel, right? So I want to bring you to this, and I want to actually show you how to do it. So I'm going to remove the technical parameters. I'm actually going to delete everything. I'm even going to remove the volume down here. I don't even want to show you the volume. Why? Because it's a simple candlestick strategy with a moving average. Now, I'll say with zero conceitedness right now, I'll say with zero, and I'll move my mug up here so you can see the candles. I'll say with zero conceitedness, I am 100% positive that this strategy is not going to be batting 95% sometime in the future, whether it's a week, a month, a year, 6 months, 2 years. I don't know. I don't know that answer. So I'll come out before I even show you the strategy and guarantee you, I will guarantee you this hit rate will not be as high sometime in the future. But for right now, for this month, for what we're doing now, it is that high. So why not milk the cow until it's dried out? You know, it was kind of real quick. I'm going to show you the strategy, but back before I got married again, I was on a date with a Russian girl, and we're having a good time. It was dinner and whatever, and this, and I was whatever, just you know, dropping her off. I'm a real gentleman. I open the doors for women. I still open the door for my wife to this day. It's sort of the chivalrous Melnick mentality. And she basically, even though I had no intentions, believe it or not, ding, I had no intentions of it. But like she told me, like she was, I was saying like, do you want to go whatever for, a late night drink or something, whatever. I was recently divorced and I was sort of back in the dating scene. And she said, you know, whatever, had a good time, went for a drink. And as I dropped her off home, she says, I would invite you inside, which, I pretty much put one and one together. She's like, I would invite you inside, but she said to me this line, which I'll never forget. She said, I would invite you inside, but why would you buy the cow if the milk is free? And I had to sit there and I had to think about that for a moment. And it was like, oh, well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to show you something that's going to work now. I'm going to show you something that's going to work now. You don't have to buy a cow. You don't have to buy the milk to get this for free. Let me show you one of the greatest strategies working today. For the sakes of this example, and I could show you 100 of them from our live Twitter feed, I'm choosing the names on my list, which I disclose in the morning. That's not cherry picking. That is me just showing you what I was focused on and how you can do the strategy. So, what we like to do here is I'm going to ask you 3 questions. And once I ask you these 3 questions, this is going to help you make money this week. I promise you. Please bear with it. You ready? You're looking to buy a stock tomorrow morning. I don't care if you're shorting or longing. For the sakes of my example, you're looking to go long a stock, whether through option calls or common stock or any other way. You're looking to buy a stock tomorrow, right? Do you want that stock right now? Type in 11 if you want the stock to have good news, 22 if you want it to have no news whatsoever, or 33 if you want that stock to have bad news. You're buying a stock tomorrow morning. Do you want good news, no news, or bad news? Answer it again, Newsbeat Live. Yep, go ahead. Answer it again, Newsbeat Live members. You're buying a stock tomorrow. You're going long. Do you want the stock to have good news, no news, or bad news? Now, you're going to probably say, Mark, I know the answer to this, but it's important you answer it because what I'm actually doing to you, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm creating a neurological connection within your brain, which is going to help you follow your strategy and not derive and derail from it. Okay? There's a purpose for this. So you're going to most likely say, as anybody without, anyone who has 7 working brain cells, you're probably going to go ahead and say, I want there to be good news if I'm buying a stock. Okay. You want there to be good news. Do you want to pay higher for the stock or do you want to pay lower for the stock? Type in 11 if you want to type in 11 if you want to pay lower for the stock or type in 22 if you want to pay higher for the stock. You're buying a stock. You want there to be good news. You want to pay higher or lower. It's not a trick question. I am actually rewiring your brain for success through psychologically speaking. It's not a mind trick because I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to save you. I'm actually trying to show you the Newsbeat Kobe challenge, which we'll get to shortly. You generally want to, as everyone is saying, you want to buy it on a pullback. You want to buy a stock. You want it to be good news, and you want there to be a pullback. So let me ask you something, ladies and gentlemen. Why wouldn't you do that on every single name that you buy tomorrow? And vice versa on the short. You want there to be bad news and you want to short it at a higher price and lower price. I get that, but just for the sakes, let's move the short trades aside for one moment. You're buying a stock. You want there to be good news. You want to buy in the pullback. Fair enough. So, Apple. Now, every name that you see on this list has good news. Newsbeat room, right? Every name on this list has good news. So, on the Newsbeat list, let me just show you the actual news for Apple because I just want to show you what Apple had. All right over here. So Apple had an upgrade on Friday. You see January 24th. It might be hard to read. Like I get it. It might be hard to read right here, but Apple had it's I know it's small print. Apple price target, I'll read it for you, it doesn't matter. Apple price target raised to $350 from $325 at Cowen. So what happened was an analyst came out and upgraded the name. Now I'm going to show you something that's working over 90% of the time on these names that I choose, and they're all based on news flow. You ready? I'm hitting the plus sign here. There's little just to show you again, a little green plus sign. I'm going down to the moving average exponential. And by the way, you know, about less than half of you guys are actually signed up for Twitter. Sign up if you're a Newsbeat Live member. I'm just saying that to the room right now. Like, reach out to T3, reach out to customer service at T3, ask them how to be added to Twitter. So I hit the plus sign right here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to hit moving average exponential, this right over here, moving average exponential. And I'm just going to click it on this blue thing right here. And what you see right here is a yellow line that suddenly appears on the chart. Now, my strategy is the first time, not the second, not the third, not the fifth, not the 10th, whether it works every time or not, I don't care. The first time that level hits and breaks, you can go long and make money over 90% of the time. You could do this right now every single day this week. I'm planning on making money every single day this week utilizing this strategy. Nothing's 100%, and obviously I couldn't never, guarantee you it, but this is how I did it. This is how I did it. Right over here, here's the you see this yellow line? Apple comes down, hits it right here. The level is 321.49, goes down to 321.44, and the stock bounces to 321.75 in 60 seconds. See, I don't even care about all this, the fact that it went up, down, and this is all I care about. Yeah, you're right. I find funny. I'm going to explain to you also why this strategy is so amazing. By the way, there are people who made thousands of dollars on this little boop boop with very little money and options comparatively. For a quick 31-cent pop in Apple, you can make 10, 15 cents. Some people just slam in 100 calls. It doesn't cost them much money. They make a quick 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 bucks like this. There are people who take 10 calls and they'll make 100, $150 real quick. Now on Intel, I'm going to show you the same exact thing. Intel was our last earnings idea. Just so we're clear here, 1, 2, 3, 4. We are right on our last 8 earnings ideas. Now, granted, I would love to maintain a 75% hit rate. If you took every single one of our ideas based on these parameters, you would be up a cool $20,000 right now on 12 of our earnings ideas between all the winners and losers. Anyway, back to Intel. Intel was the last one. I brought that up because Intel is the last one that we called long. And again, we're not even an earning service. We offer that free for all Newsbeat Live members. So if you're interested, join up for the room. So here's Intel right over here. Comes in right over here, hits the yellow line right here. 68 for the first time. I know it hits it later in the day for the first time. Breaks under here. 68, 68 is the level where it hits. Goes down as far against you as 15 cents. I'm taking the worst case scenario. Notice like when I show you how far it goes down, I want to show you the maximum amount of pain that you could have suffered, because if you're comfortable with that mentality of being down 15 cents on Intel on earnings, you could be comfortable watching the stock explode up in your face. However, you're in an excellent risk reward and you have the ability to make money. Now, what I want to show you is we were also watching Boeing that morning because we had an overnight long. People were like, Mark, can you even apply this strategy to Boeing? You tell me. Look at this yellow line, how Boeing hit. This is a 1 minute chart, so you're not waiting a long time. And I'm going to actually show you the benefit of this and more. I'm going to actually show you more right now, so stay tuned. I'm not done sharing something with you, and I'm going to share the psychology with you too. Boeing right here, it doesn't look like a lot. And I'm not really even sugarcoating anything here. I really don't care that Boeing went up higher afterwards or that Apple went up higher. If that's you, beautiful. I just want to show you this right here. Flushes down through the level. We're looking to buy it underneath the yellow line as always as it breaks through. It's 319 and a quarter, bounces to 320.38. This stock in 1 minute bounced to $1.13. Boeing. $1.13 is an excellent way. Oh, I'm on the exponential 8. Oh, whoops. Was I showing you the wrong thing? Silly Mark. I was on the exponential 50. I'm such an idiot. Thank you. Even better. Look at this. Here's the exponential 8 on Apple. The 50 worked as well, obviously. Here's the exponential 8 in Apple. Check it out. Comes down to 320.65, bounces to 321.05 in 1 minute. Here's Intel. Here's the exponential 8. 67.93 goes down to 60, goes down through 10 cents to 67.83. You're buying underneath here. At worst, you're probably down between 5 and 6 cents. At absolute worst, if you bought it on the line, which you weren't supposed to do, you're down a dime. Strategy shoots up right away. Do you see that? How when it hits so what I was doing before I had a 50 period here, ladies and gentlemen, I meant to do an 8. It actually works for the 50, and I'm going to be analyzing that too. But look at that. And I use the 50 on the daily, so that's funny. But you see when it hits the yellow line and it bounces? You see that? See that? Hits the yellow line, bounces. Apple hits the yellow line to the penny, 320.65, bounces. Now, when you look at something like this, I know I'm only giving you like a couple examples here. And you're probably sitting there thinking, well, Mark, I don't understand, like, what is the value? And by the way, here was the Boeing one on the exponential 8. I fixed the moving average. Look at that. Boeing comes down to the yellow line, breaks it by 8 cents, pops $1.55 in 1 minute. I don't even care that it kept going up. I don't want to sugarcoat it. This is all I care about. Right here. Check it out. Hits the yellow line right here, goes up. Your trade is done. There are traders who are pulling off six-figure salaries, low to mid six figures, doing nothing like this. And it's very feasible and very possible from what people are telling me. And I am telling you right now that think about it like this. I'm going to ask you more questions now, and this is going to ingrain, and this is, to me, this is as close as I can ensure your success as possible without legally guaranteeing it. You ready for this right now? Do you think you're more likely to suffer psychological toxicity holding a stock for a long time or a short amount of time? Type in 11 if long time, more psychological toxicity for a long time or short time. 11 is long, 22 is short. Of course it's a longer time. Of course. You're holding a stock for a longer time. You're going to see your P&L going green, red, green, red. You're going to suffer stress. You're going to suffer psychological attacks, whether your brain, maybe you're strong enough psychologically to withstand that sort of pressure. Most people are not. Most people are not. So the quicker you're coming in and taking these trades, you're literally getting to as close to stress-free trading as possible. Not only that, by doing things like this, you are setting yourself up to have the best Sharpe ratio, the top 0.0001% of Sharpe ratios of day traders on Wall Street. And you know what firms like T3 are going to soon want to do with you? They're going to at least be looking into you to fund you with a potential account. Because if you have a good Sharpe ratio, they're going to want to fund you. So that's the next point I'm getting at. I am trying to show you not only a way to make money, whether you're trying to get funded or not. I'm not trying to get funded. I have my own money. I do well for myself. Okay? But for those who are looking to get funded, what do you think a firm is going to say if they see you winning 85, 90% of the time, having nice, modest winners and nice, modest losers, but with an extremely high hit rate? Your Sharpe ratio is going to be through the roof. You're not torturing the firm with overnight, and the risk manager isn't going to, having his hair turn white, which, my hair is starting to turn. I actually like it. I sort Melnick sort of likes that salt and pepper look. Nor would I ever dye my hair, just not my thing. If I'm able to keep all of it eventually, that's another story. But I'll tell you right now, you're not going to keep the risk manager up at night. So you're going to be in a situation where you're consistently making money, trading the thickest names on Wall Street. This isn't any, low float pump and dump nonsense. This isn't, trading 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, dollar names. We're talking the thickest names on Wall Street. You're going to have the buying power to do it in a proprietary account. You're going to be able to slam into these things. A name like, you have a small amount of buying power in a prop account, whether it's 250,000, 500,000, those are very small numbers for prop traders. Little trade like this, you could just make a quick 1,000, 1,200 bucks in a minute. Your day could be done by 9:36 a.m. Not only that, did you know that the one and done is working well over 90% of the time, buying through the break of the first 1 minute bar on Newsbeat names? And yeah, you could probably show me 100 other names it works for, but show me that it works on 90% of the names you've chosen, and then I'll listen to you. Right over here, you buy through 320.50, bang, up money on Apple. You wanted to do Intel? This is the one I did. My day was over before 9:32 a.m. on Friday. I kept trading and kept making more money. What I meant to say, my day could have been over if I wanted to stop trading at 9:32 a.m. This little move here in Intel from 66.95 to 67.39, 44-cent move. You take a couple hundred option calls in that thing, and you're up $4,000 or $5,000 in 60 seconds. You take modest, like chump change piker size in this thing, you could be up 3, 4, 500 bucks. 1 minute. You know how many people would kill to be up that by 9:32 a.m.? You could shut off your software and do well for today. I am going to create the most consistently profitable traders on Wall Street. And here we are going right into the next part of what I'm about to share with you. So if you want to know if you want to know the most consistent way to trade right now, buy the pullbacks. Yes, there are breakout trades that I buy. I know. You buy through the top of the candle when this happens, and you set your stop at the bottom. I do that. And you know what? It's not nonsense. But it is nonsense if you do all your trades like that. And some traders aren't good at breakout trades. Heck, I'm an ex-professional gamer. I could do this thing blindfolded. I have more action per minute in my two thumbs than most people have on their two hands. You have to be able to do simple stuff. It's not about what I can do. The question is, it's about what you can do. And the strategy I just showed you, I have found that as close to 100% of the people I've met can do this strategy. And that, that is the beautiful thing here. That is why our traders are so successful. So the most consistent way to trade right now, that's one of the strategies. I can't make this an hour and a half video, but we have 4 other strategies that are working just as well, if not better than what I just showed you. 4 other strategies. If you're in the Newsbeat Live Room, they're inside the portal, which only members of the room get. They're unlisted YouTube videos, and you could watch them all. You should just sign up for the room to watch them all. It'll pay for itself in one trade. Seriously, try it out. Um, Newsbeat earnings picks. Again, I'll update you guys throughout the week as I do it. Newsbeat Live members get exclusive access to this list. Here are the names we've chosen so far. We're currently, we're on an 8-win streak. Obviously, that's not going to last forever, as nothing does in terms of that, because I will be wrong. But so far, you take all of our 12 trades with all the winners and losers. Simply, you'd be up over $20,000 potentially. Okay. Um, Now I'm going to give you the Newsbeat Kobe challenge. So the Newsbeat Kobe challenge, and I'm going to give you a couple more lines here from Kobe, and I think they're very inspiring here. And again, my face looked like a wreck. I mean, you think this looks bad now? You should have seen me when I heard about that Kobe news. I was like, I never liked Kobe Bryant. I mean, I'm a Knicks fan. I watched him tear apart our team. I watched him in the Garden score 60 on us and say, that son of a gun. How the heck did he do that to us? But when I got this news, it broke me. And when I was in the part of healing from breaking down, I wanted to use that moment to not only lift myself back up, but to lift you guys up with me. So I want to share some of my favorite quotes here from the great Kobe Bryant. And he says, if you're afraid to fail, then you're probably going to fail. Most traders are afraid to fail if you're struggling in this environment. I highly suggest you try something new like what we're showing you. Because what I'm doing is I'm not only showing you an easy way to make money potentially, I'm also building your confidence. Not only am I building your confidence, I'm building in your confidence in a strategy that is infinitely scalable. I mean, I'm showing you how much Apple can you take? Option wise, stock wise, as much as you damn please. It is the most valuable company on the planet, right? So I am trying to cure you of FOMO. I am trying to cure you of psychological toxicity. I am trying to cure you of negativity because if you are a failing trader in this market, 99% of the time you're negative. 99. I've seen, I'll mention some things. And just for those traders that are losing out there, and if you don't feel this way, I want you to know how these losing traders feel. A lot of losing traders don't care if they live or die anymore. Yeah, I said it. A lot of losing traders, they just don't care about life anymore. They're like, well, if whatever. They would almost look at it as a joy because it would put them out of their pain. And I have talked to traders like that before on the brink, trying to pull them away, trying to show them that there is still a way that they could become a trader and make money in this market. Not only that, and when I say don't care if you live or die, I know traders who have taken on cigarette addictions after trading because of the stress. And you know what? You want to know what's common about every single, you know what they don't talk about? You know what's common about everyone who smokes a cigarette? They know they're killing themselves while they do it. But they're accepting the fact and they're still smoking anyway. Traders have come from all these services. They're taught a lot of things that I disagree with. They're taught about how much you're supposed to risk, your risk reward. If you don't have a stop loss and a take target profit, you're doing something wrong. If that was true, every person on Wall Street does that. Every single one. Why are 98% of the traders failing if that's the way you have to do it? Why? Yeah, you could show me that you're one of the 2% that succeed. I don't give an expletive about those people. How about the 98% that fail? How about those people? Why are they failing if that's the secret to everything? I think you have to think out of the box. I think you have to do the exact opposite of what Wall Street tells you should do. I think that you can be a successful trader. I think that you could do whatever it takes to win. And this is a line from Kobe. I'll do whatever it takes to win games, whether it's sitting on a bench, waving a towel, handing a cup of water to a teammate, or hitting the game winning shot. Why can't you be the person that does whatever it takes to win at trading? What if winning at trading wasn't as complex as all these setups, all these very expensive educational courses, which are teaching you strategies that probably don't work as well now as they maybe once did? And maybe you'll sit there, maybe you'll pray, and maybe you'll see all the testimonials from that 1 week or 2 weeks out of whatever amount of time frame where that strategy was working great, and then it just stopped working. The strategy I'm showing you now, 6 months ago, wasn't that hot. How's that for a dose of honesty? I don't know. Maybe it'll last 6 months, maybe it won't. But the odds of it working next week are phenomenally high. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to make money? Are you willing to just do what we talked about before? You want to buy a name? Make sure it has good news. You want to buy a name? Don't pay high. Don't buy it while it's breaking out. Buy it while it's pulling back so you buy it cheaper. It sounds so obvious. Can you do it? Not only that, I will show you a statistically viable strategy that is making those exact words work over 90% of the time. Do it! Stop it already. Stop losing this money. Pisses me the F off. Really. Like, making money is so easy in this market. Do you understand that? I hate to sound conceited. I hate to sound facetious. I hate to sound like that asshat who is sitting here telling you how easy it is to make money in the market. It is! You want me to lie to you? Oh, if trading was easy, then everybody would do it. You want to know what the hard part was? Explaining to you what's working right now. That's where all the work went. That was the hard work. You executing now is the next part of the hard work. Can you stay away from all the garbage in chat? Can you stay away from all the garbage of, oh, this person made 100,000 here and 50,000 here, and you're only up $300-400. Boo hoo. But you're still up money and you're going to do it consistently, and you're going to dig yourself out of a hole. You're going to build confidence. You're going to do strategies that only work right now. That is the power of what I do. Why? Because I don't have an ego. I have enough of a conscience to admit that everything that I do now might not work next week, might not work next month. Why do you think I keep changing up strategies? It's because the market demands it. The market is an evolving thing. So if the market keeps changing, why are people coming to you saying that you could do the same strategy over and over and over and over and over again, and nothing's going to change with that? Yeah, the market is evolving and changing, but no, your strategies, no, they're good. Keep it the same. Keep it the same, like the North Korean warplanes that are from like 1945. Yeah, those are really effective jets these days. Like, come on, times change, things evolve, technology goes up, the market changes, your strategy has to change. Your strategy doesn't have to become complex. Your strategy doesn't have to be, you need to do 7 things here and watch this and read these and apply one of these 100 strategies on a real-time basis as the market's moving, as you're under pressure, while sitting there watching a screen all these hours. You know what? A lot of our members are done with the day within the first 2 to 30 minutes. And they're doing just great. So here's my Newsbeat Kobe challenge for you. My Newsbeat Kobe challenge is next week, don't do anything. If you're struggling in this environment, don't do anything but buy pullbacks in Newsbeat names. I will give you the names. I will take care of that hard work for you. I will do it. I will take care of that hard work for you. I'll come to you with the names. I'll spend the 3.5 hours in the morning finding you a name, if possible, or 2. I'll do this work. Not only that, I'll give you the strategy. Buy it when this stupid yellow line hits for the first time. Not only that, I'll call it in the room. You'll hear me in your ear. I'll be like, hey guys, Intel's hitting the exponential 8 moving average right here. I'll tell you it. I will tell you the damn strategy. What I might do for you in the future, and I don't want to make sure that I don't want to pretend like I'm giving you everything, but maybe in the future we might. Maybe I have to talk to T3 about it, but you're not getting this Newsbeat Live Bandits hat. The greatest in all hats. Sometimes when I need to feel better about myself, sometimes when I get angry at how easy trading is and how easy it is to make money and why traders make it complex for themselves. I get a little worked up sometimes, and sometimes I just need my Newsbeat Bandit hat to sort of it's so therapeutic. It's like magical. I just all of a sudden I feel better. Hmm, that really calmed me down. So what I think for you guys is that the Newsbeat Kobe challenge is going to be buying Newsbeat names on pullbacks. Now you might say, what does pullback have to do with anything? Because Kobe Bryant could pull back and do sort of the Michael Jordan shot. You know the shot where Michael Jordan jumps at his peak while spinning around backwards and shooting? And yes, I as a Knicks fan was Michael Jordan was always a rival. But after he retired, I respected him and I loved him. Like the only time I really liked Michael Jordan was after he retired. That's the same time I only liked Kobe. Like I only like Kobe Bryant. And while you were on the court, you were like enemy number one because you were just such a damn great basketball player, man. You were just so good. And I think you can be so good as a trader. Think about it like this. I'm teaching you a 1 minute strat. You know, Kobe could go behind the leg, swoop, drive, spin around underneath the basket, dunk it. What if I told you that what Kobe did when he does that, when he drives baseline, breaks two defenders, and does a reverse dunk, he only gets 2 points. What I'm trying to show you is that those same 2 points can be earned by doing just a wide open layup right under the rim alone. And that's what I'm trying to show you analogically. Trading doesn't have to be tough. You just have to apply something that is working the vast majority of the time in the current right now environment. And that is the hard work. And that is one of the biggest values, maybe if not the biggest value that I tried to bring you guys through the Newsbeat live service and of course through these Newsbeat shows. And, you know, like I the Newsbeat Live Room, you might say, why you doing all this? I mean, this is my family. I mean, the Newsbeat Live members are my family. It says, life is precious. I tweeted this out. I came out and I said, life is precious. Love those who are part of your life. I love you all because you Newsbeat Live members are part of my life. Um, again, just absolute tragic thing that has happened to him. You want to know what even breaks my heart worse is that his daughter was on that helicopter with him. She was 11 or 13, I forgot her exact age, but she was obviously just a kid, and she was on the helicopter with him. That did crash in California. And I want to turn this into a positive moment. I want to turn this into a positive moment, and I want to push harder now than I ever had, and I am trying to turn something like this into something positive. Love the people around you. I only do these videos out here, guys. You might be watching, you might see me getting passionate and whatnot. I do these videos, guys, because I love traders. I love the members of our community, and I love members even like you guys outside our communities, which is why I make these videos public. I did a bunch of videos this week. I did 4 videos this week. I believe 2 or 3 of them were for the public, and then of course I do exclusive Newsbeat videos for our members. What I showed you now is one strategy. I have 4 other strategies that work just as well, some even better, as the one I showed you. And obviously, I can't just go through every single strategy right now in this video, but maybe over time I will. Come check us out. Come check us out. See what makes us special. See why so many traders are finding success in the Newsbeat Live Room. And whether you are having a hard time in this market, I will keep deriving new ways constantly to ensure that you have the best chance possible of digging yourself out of whatever hole you're in and turning into a consistently profitable trader. Slap the like button. Hold on, I didn't share with you the algo levels, right? Here are tomorrow's algo levels today. They don't always hit. Copy, paste, screenshot. Whatever you need to do, write them down. This is for you. And just real quick, my final thoughts of the video is turn something good out of everything. Stop being jealous of other people. Um, stop being angry at other people. You know, I believe it was like Mohandas Gandhi. I might be paraphrasing. I'm probably paraphrasing a little. He said to be angry at something or someone is like drinking poison and hoping the other person gets hurt. Just let love into your life. Let love for trading. I'm not saying you have to even love someone else. If you do, God bless you. Let love of trading into your life. When you make money trading, you're going to love trading. When you're consistently profitable, you're going to understand why this is the best job ever, and you're not going to want to do anything else. Slap the like button if you like this content. There's a link in the description to join our room this time. Happy trading, make money. I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat Live Trading broadcast. Congratulations to all of us who are walking into the market tomorrow with puts like I am. Our day might be over before the market really begins. Have a wonderful evening.